In previous video, we inserted circles along PolyLIne as an array. Here in this video, we are going to insert text along the PolyLIne. First, we will modify our old procedure to minimize the usage of memory, as we have to include more variables in this session and also in the coming sessions for inserting blocks. We have to keep the memory usage at minimum size. To do so, we will remove the variables and code which can be done in some other way. First, we will start from points on PLINE module. As we declare a card point variable as multiple objects, it's a collection of objects, point objects. And there is another collection of objects, that is my set. As both of them keep the same objects, no need to create another selection set. So we can delete the my set. And in the create selection set, delete the code starting from on error resume next till the my set dot add items. So we are removing this my set creation code. So do not remove this card point object. And here in the data row, we will assign the data row from the number of card points, that is U1 card points. And in the insert objects module, delete the myset.add items. In previous video, we used a new variable that is object data, multiple array variable. It consumes a lot of memory, so we are not going to use this variable also. So here, after creating the card point, we extracted object data from the card point. So now we are going to remove this code card point to object data. Instead, we will directly from card point we directly write the values to Excel sheet. Same here with the data header. We will delete the data header and we will write directly to the Excel sheet. And here in the procedure create selection set, first we created a card point, and from card point value we are extracted to object data. Then another procedure add to Excel, we added this object data values to Excel. Now we will modify this procedure by now, as long as we are not using object data, we will remove this card point to object data code. Then we will directly write the card point values to the Excel. So here no need to extract the data to Excel, so we will remove this add to Excel procedure. So when we in the procedure we creating objects as circles, texts and blocks, there we will import data from the Excel to create object in the drawing. Then after creating object, we will update the Excel data as per the inserted object. So come to the module. So we will delete the variable for the object data. Then now coming to the create selection set, delete the redeem for object data. We redimension the object data here. And here, instead of assigning value for object data, we will directly write the values to Excel. Change the object data to the specific cells, sheet 1 dot cells, I+3. Starting from the third row, we will extract the value from the card point. Change the column values from 1 to 4. In add to Excel procedure, we will change the data header also in the same way and delete the data header declaration in the procedure, inside the procedure and the outside. Now move the header values to create selection set procedure just above the data extraction of card point. Now we don't want anymore the add to Excel procedure. Delete the add to Excel procedure. And in the create selection set procedure, just below the data row, add if add to Excel is equal to true. And below the next I, add end if. That means if add to Excel values that we want to add to Excel, then it will continue this code for each I, for each object. After extracting data, we will delete the card point if we don't want to keep. Now here we will keep only the card for circle insertion procedure inside the if statement. Just save. Now we will separate all objects creation in the individual modules. We will separate the creation objects, that is insert in circles of blocks and text. We will create in separate modules. Now insert new module and rename to collect point data. Then move the create selection set procedure to this module. Rename the insert objects module to insert circles. In the circles procedure, we collected the data from the card point. Now we already deleted the card points, so we will collect data from the Excel. Change card point to sheet 1 dot cells I plus 3. Then C plus 2. As we already deleted card points, now we can remove it. And here we will modify the Excel data with the new values, that is sheet 1 dot cells I plus 3, comma, first column dot value, that will be circle objects handle. Then the fifth column will be changed to circle object radius, that's I plus 3, comma, fifth column. Then here we will modify the header for radius, that is sheet 1 dot cells, second row, comma 5 dot value is equals radius. Now here we will add a line that if object type is equals empty, then exit sub. And in the form main, for the cancel button, we will add object type is equals empty. When you click the cancel button, the object type will be empty. So that no need to continue the macro, just exit if there is no object types. Now let us make a trial run. We choose include points. Here we forgot to delete the card add to Excel. We don't have the procedure anymore, so delete it. Now everything's fine. Now let us modify the macro for text insertion. Before starting with the text insertion in the modules, at the first line we will add an option explicit. If we use option explicit, then we cannot use any variable without declaring it first, so that we can identify any mistakes while using the variable. So come to the text insertion. First we will insert a new module for the text. Rename module to insert text and type option explicit at the beginning. Then create the procedure with insert text along PolyLIne. Now procedure is there. Now for text insertion, we need text string, then insertion point and text height. We can add text using these three datas. For text string, we will use number, increases by a number for each points. And we will choose options to add a character suffix or a prefix along with text. First, we will declare a text object as an empty array as we did for circles. Public text object as occur text. Then for text number, public text number, comma text increment as double. We can declare multiple variables in a single line. Then public text prefix and then comma text suffix as string. Public text height, text rotation as double. Then we will use a format function to format the text number. That is with a digital number, how many digits we will use to write the text in the drawing. So public text format as string. For all these values except the text object, we will collect data from the user form text, which we will create now. For creating text, we need three parameters. We declare only one text height. The remaining two is insertion point and text string. We will declare both inside the procedure. So dim text string as string, then insertion point 0 to 2 as double. Now we will create a user form and add controls to request the variables which we already declared. Insert user form from the menu. Then first we will add a frame. Frame is only for grouping purpose. We will insert all controls for text content in this frame. That is text number, suffix, prefix or something like that. And other remaining controls we will insert outside this frame. And in the frame, add a label and a text box for numbering. Then label and text box for increment. Then here we will add new control, that is spin button, so that you can increase the increment by clicking the spin button. So then label and text box for prefix and same for suffix. And we will add a combo box and label for the format. Now place all controls in order. You can align the controls using align from the format menu. Then a label for a sample display. Display the result of the text string and change its for color to disabled text. And then we need labels for text boxes for text height and rotation, and the checkbox for include points as we did in circles. Then last two command buttons. Now we will rename the controls. First rename the user form as form text and caption. as text properties. For the frame, no need to change the name because we are not controlling the frame here. So we will change the caption only. So change the caption to text content. First label, we will change the name, change the caption as starting number and the text box name to text now. Then the label caption, next label caption to increment and the text box to text increment, text incr. Then the spin button name to spin now. Then next label caption to prefix and text box to text prefix. Then next label caption to suffix and text box to text suffix. And next label caption format and combo box name to CMB text format. In label for sample, we will change the name property label sample. This label we change the name because we need access to this label. We will control this label by changing its value caption. So change its name to label sample. Then next label caption to text height and text name to text ht. And then label to text rotation and text box name to text rot. For checkbox to include points, rename to checkpoints for text and caption to include points. And the command buttons, rename to command text OK and command text cancel and change captions to OK and cancel. Now form is ready. Now we will initialize the user form for the default values of controls when we display at the first time. So double click the user form or right click and view code. Then change the event to initialize. Then for the text number, we'll assign value 1. That's text number dot value is equal to 1. Then text increment, that's also value 1. For prefix and suffix, we will leave it empty. Then for next text format, we will add a list up to 5 digits with an empty zeros, only zeros. That is with the CMB text format dot add item 0. Then next 2 zeros. Then again until 5. Then we will assign the first value, that is listing dot listing that is equal to 0. Next we have a sample label which we will update later. So we will do now text rotation and text height. That is assign for text height we will assign value to 1.8 and text rotation it is 0. For sample value we will update this sample label whenever we change the controls in the user form. We'll change the label caption. So we will add a new procedure, then call this procedure whenever we changes this text values, numbers, suffix and prefix. So below we will create a procedure private sub sample update. This subject label sample dot caption is equal to text prefix text, then format text number, here format text number, then the format value is the combo box string text. Then suffix, this will be displayed only as a label caption. Then this procedure is finished. And here at the end of initialization, call the sample update. So when we initializing the displaying the user form, it will show this label caption with the updated value in the user form. Now default values are ready for user form. Now we will add events for the controls. Now double click the text number text box right, called sample update. It will update the sample label as you make changes in the text box. Do the same with the prefix text box and suffix and the format combo box. Now the label caption is sample label caption is updated for every changes. Now we have to add an action to the spin button. Now double click the spin button. Select spin up from the event drop down list. Then add text increment value is equals text increment value plus 1. So whenever you click the spin up button, it will increase the text value by 1 in the increment. So do the same with the spin down event. Here when we in the spin down, we cannot go below the 1. So default value must be, minimum value must be 1. If the value is greater than 1, then we will decrease the value. So that value will be 1. Now we will assign the values to the variables from the controls. Now text number to text number dot value, then same for increment, prefix, then suffix, then better we insert option explicit above so that we can find the mistakes if there is. Okay, now text format, then text height. For next is text rotation. For text rotation, we will convert the value to radian. In VBA, angles are measured in radians. We have to convert the value which we enter in the text box in degrees. So we will need a pi value to convert angle from degree to radian. Declare a variable for pi as a double. Then assign value is equal to pi is equals ATN. ATN is the arctan function in VBA. Pi is equal to ATN 1 by 4. Now assign value to text rotation. Text rotation is equal to pi by 180 into by text rotation value. Then include points is equal to check points for text dot value. Now all values are assigned. Now we can unload the form, then unload me. And for the cancel button also do the same, only with the unload me. Here we can reduce the code with minor changes in the main. Now we already prepared code for points and circles. Here first we are showing the main user form. Then when we show main user form, as we changes the combo box, we will show the other user forms. So we will add an event to combo box. Then in the event, the change event, object type is equal to combo box object type dot value. Then we will show the other user form before unloading main form. So if object type is equal to circles, then form circle dot show. Or you can use list index. That's we have a combo box list index 0 to 4. So if it is 0, then if it is 1, it is 0. It is only point. So we don't want to do anything. Just insert the points. So if it is 1, then show circles form. Or if it is 2, then show the text form For the blocks, we can insert now a blank user form. We will modify it in next video. So and rename it to form block. Same, if list index is equal to 3, then show blocks form. Now we can remove the code to show the form from the main. Remove the form circle dot show from the main. Yes, we are directly writing the data to the Excel. No need a variable for data column. We require it if we need more data, as it is in for a block. If we have a lot of attributes, we have to use a variable. So as long as in text and circles we have non-values, so no need a variable to define column. So no need a variable for data column, so we can remove it from the project. We don't have any changes until we create card points. Only after creating the card points, we are creating other objects, text or blocks. So for all the procedures, we have to run the insert points along PolyLIne. So here no need to add a if statement for the object types. We use this to change the data column value according to the object type, and here we are not using data column anymore. We can move the call insert procedure to the end, because we have to use it for every object type. We have to insert points and remove the if statement for all the object type except the empty one. In the create selection set, if object type is equal to text, call the insert text procedure. Now your changes okay. Now let us update the text procedure. First we will redimension the text object to data row size, that is redeem text object data row as record text. Now if add to Excel is equal to true, then we will modify the header for the fifth column. That sheet 1 dot cells 2, 5 dot value is equals text. Now we will loop through the values in Excel for the number of data row. So for I is equal to data row, close it with next I. First assign value for the insertion point from column 2 to 4 from the Excel sheet. So for C is equal to 0 to 2, insertion point 0 is equal sheet 1 dot cells third row, that's I plus 3, then second column dot value, then next C. So it will go through the 3 columns in the Excel. Now we have insertion point. Now we have to increase the number by the increment value, text number. For first number we will use the same which we have received from the user form. Then increase everything by the increment value. So if I is greater than 0, then text number is equal to text number plus 1. If I is equal to 0, text number will be the same value. So now we have to use assign value for the text string. So text string is equal text prefix and format. We will format the number as per selected format in the combo box. That is format text number, comma text format and text suffix. That's the text string. Now we can add the text. Set text object is equals my drawing dot model space dot add text. So text string, then next is insertion point, then text height. And after adding text height, we will rotate the text object text object dot rotation is equals text rotation. Now after adding the object, text object, if we want to extract the data in Excel, we will update the Excel data. So sheet 1 dot cells I plus 3, we are starting from the third row, that's 1 dot value is equals text object dot handle. Then fifth column, it is text string. Close if statement. Now macro is ready. Let us debug for errors. From the debug menu, select compile. Here there is a variable is not found. As we use the option explicit, we cannot use any variable without declaring it. So declare it public object as object. Now compile again. We have to declare a variable for I. Same as also C. Compile again. There's duplicate definition of procedure. Use control F to find. There is a dummy procedure we created before. We can remove it. There is another. Now it's okay. We can run. Total 33 points added. All the points are added in the same point. Here in insertion point, we have to change the row as object number increases. We forgot to add I plus 3. Now run again. It's okay. Let us try with rotation. It's also okay. Now let us try circles because we made some changes in it. So it is also doing well. That's all for today. Next video we include blocks with attributes, and the block insertion will be the last video on inserting inserting objects along PolyLIne. Thank you for watching. If you like video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next video. Bye.